America is a country built on dreams, ambition, and the belief that anyone, absolutely anyone, can change their life if they understand how money really works. Yet the biggest truth about wealth is something people see every day but still ignore. The smallest decisions you make with your money today decide whether you retire rich or retire broke, whether you live with stress or with freedom, and whether your bank account owns you or you own your bank account. And this entire transformation can start with something as small as a single $100 bill. The real question isn't, can $100 turn into $1 million? Because the math proves it can. The real question is, why do so many Americans never get there? And the answer lies in how people treat money, time, discipline, and compounding. In schools across the US, kids learn about photosynthesis, Shakespeare, ancient civilizations, and the water cycle, but nobody teaches the one formula that actually determines real-life success: compound interest. Let's break the myth the American system never teaches. Money doesn't grow because you earn more. It grows because you let it grow for a long time. And that long time is the one thing most people waste. The average American spends about $110 a month on food delivery, $95 on subscriptions, $86 on impulse purchases, and around $150 on weekend entertainment, meaning the same people who say, "I don't have money to invest," are unknowingly spending enough every single month to become millionaires if they redirected even a small part of it into investments. Now here's the truth. If you invest $100 every month into the S&P 500 and let it grow at the historical average of 10%, the math becomes a silent engine working nonstop while you sleep. After 5 years, your $6,000 becomes around $7,800. After 10 years, your $12,000 becomes around $20,000. After 20 years, your $24,000 becomes around $69,000. After 30 years, around $228,000. After 40 years, around $637,000. And if you increase that $100 to $150 or $200 as your income grows, you hit the $1 million mark much faster, sometimes even before hitting age 50. But let's go deeper, because numbers alone don't change lives. Understanding the psychology behind those numbers does. When most people hear 40 years, they say that's too long. But those 40 years will pass anyway, whether you invest or not. And the difference between the person who invested and the person who didn't becomes the difference between a peaceful retirement and a stressful old age. In America, more than 60% of people over age 60 regret not investing earlier. Why? Because compounding is slow at first, boring at first, invisible at first. Like watching a seed in the soil that seems to be doing nothing, but is actually growing deep roots underground. Then suddenly, after years of patience, it explodes in growth. Compounding works the same way. In the first few years, nothing impressive happens, but in the last few years, everything happens at once. The rich understand this. The poor ignore it. Now let's talk about why $100 matters so much in the US economy. America gives you powerful tools that other countries don't. Roth IRAs with tax-free growth, 401k, employer matches, index funds with low fees, and a stock market that historically climbs upward over decades. Imagine this. If your employer matches even $50 of your $100 investment every month, you are literally building wealth with free money. And if you invest through a Roth IRA, all the growth you make for decades becomes 100% tax-free. This means that even if your investments cross $1 million, you keep every dollar of it. Most Americans don't know this, and nobody tells them because a financially educated population is harder to control. Now let's go even further into compounding psychology. When most people get a raise, they upgrade their lifestyle instead of their investments. A nicer car, a bigger apartment, more subscriptions, upgraded phone, better furniture. It feels good today but kills your financial future tomorrow. This is called lifestyle inflation, the silent wealth killer in America. A person investing $100 per month for 30 years will have around $228,000. But a person who increases that $100 by just 10% every year, so $110 next year, $121 the year after, crosses $1 million much faster. Consistency beats intensity. Small steps beat big dreams. Discipline beats motivation. And what about market crashes? People fear them, but wealthy Americans love them because they know that when the stock market dips, they are buying shares at a discount. Imagine a $100 bill turning into millions simply because you bought during crashes when everyone else was afraid. Warren Buffett made billions by doing exactly this. The market always recovers. Always. Over 100 years of data proves that every crash became a bigger comeback. This is why the person who invests $100 monthly without stopping, even during recessions, ends up far richer than the person who invests only when it feels safe. Now, let's talk about real American life. Most households live paycheck to paycheck not because their income is too low, but because their expenses are too high. Debt traps, credit cards, BNPL, payday loans are built to keep people financially weak. A person paying 20% interest on credit card debt is trying to swim up a waterfall, but a person earning 10% on investments is letting the current carry them into wealth. The same $100 you use to pay minimum credit card payments becomes an anchor, but the same $100 invested becomes a lifeline. America punishes financial ignorance and rewards financial discipline, and the more disciplined you are, the faster your money grows. But let's push even further. If you start investing $100 at age 18, you become a millionaire by age 58. If you start at 28, you need to invest more, around $250 a month. If you start at 38, you need around $600 a month. If you start at 48, you need around $1,700 a month. Time is the multiplier. Time is the magic. Time is the real millionaire maker. Not your job, not your talent, not your luck. The formula is simple. Invest early, invest consistently, invest automatically, avoid emotional decisions, trust compounding, and stay invested for decades. But here's the real power move. If you increase your investment from $100 to $300 as your income grows, you hit $1 million in around 25 to 27 years. If you raise it to $500, you hit it in 20 years. That means even a normal person earning $45,000 to $60,000 a year in the US can retire a millionaire without a side business, without real estate, without crypto, without anything complicated, just by consistently investing small amounts. And here's the biggest truth of all. You don't need to be extraordinary to become wealthy in America. You just need to do ordinary things consistently for an extraordinary amount of time. Most people fail because they want fast money, not real wealth. They want excitement, not patience. They want shortcuts, not discipline. But the people who quietly invest $100 every month, without bragging or showing off, often end up wealthier than the people who try to look rich. So the question isn't, can $100 turn into $1 million? Because math says yes, history says yes, data says yes, and every retired millionaire who started small says yes. The real question is, do you have the patience to let it? Because the moment you decide to invest that first $100 is the moment your future starts growing, even if you don't see it yet. And the day you finally look back and realize what compounding has done, you will understand that the smallest decision of your life created the biggest change in your destiny.